Let's find out what is going on with the power source for the head unit. So the ignition is off. My multimeter comes in handy. And I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. Negative to negative, positive to positive. There is nothing. There is nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna bring another head unit because I want to test it out properly. I've got this GVC doubled in. We'll try figure out what is going on with the wires. So positive into positive. We'll plug this into the yellow. Let's try power it on. There's no power, so it shouldn't be coming on, which is not. Key, ignition on, power comes on, head unit comes on. Right. Finish. Fine. So ignition off, and let's put a timer on how long it will take for it to go off. So let's see how long it's gonna stay on. Because you need to do this to actually make sure that your car is completely off, to find a constant live. Whether it's gonna be the fuse box, it's gonna have to be the fuse box really, or we'll test the cigarette lighter as well. We'll see if that has got constant live after the head unit goes off, or I think one of them two locations should work. So we'll just have to wait until it goes off. To be honest, I'm actually getting sick of waiting when this thing is going to go off, but I'm going to have to wait and see when it does go off, because that is gonna affect my head unit, because if the permanent live goes off, it is gonna erase all the memory on the head unit, and you're gonna have to redo your settings all over again. So whilst I'm waiting for this, I'm gonna proceed and look for the place where to install my mic. I'm not sure where to install it. Let's get a mic. I'm trying to think of convenient place for it. So that it's out the way and is not seen a lot. And I'll actually try and get it in the front panel here somewhere. Where are my clocks? So we have clocks going in like there, like that. What I'm thinking is, if I could get that inside there, beside there, it would be actually a good fit. Let me just put that wire through there. It would just make it easier if you can just wire run straight away down to the head unit. Right, let's feed this wire for now into there, and let's see, we'll fit it all back in as it should be, like that, and then the microphone can actually sit just above there. What I'm gonna do is, to make it fit further in, I'm gonna snip this little ball off, and once it's all fitted in place, you can just pull the wire and make it fit nice and flush in there. Yes, that's gonna be the easiest way. But we've still got power, on the terminal. But like you've seen before yourself, it was off, and we're nearly hitting the half an hour mark. Remove this panel back out. And another thing, I think I'm gonna have to remove the clock back again to get that whole panel with the stereo fitted in. The joist. Put this away. I'll put this away, and let's snip that little ball off. Right. Mic. Snip the little ball off. Like that, nice and clean. We'll have to hook that one out there. So I'm thinking might as well go and remove the clock completely, since I believe I'm gonna have to remove it anyways. So let's just do that. Where's my Torx? It's Screwdriver's gone missing. Screwdrivers are like lighters. 1 minute they're here, another minute they're gone. All this mess together. And it's just here. So let's remove this. The clock's away. So let's get this little wire in behind this funnel there, and what we will do is we will not cable tie it there because we need it to move, but we will just cable tie it to the bottom, so like that, so we can pull it in. Basically that's how it's going to be sitting in there, but with all the trims in, so leave it a bit slack. We'll feed the rest of the wire in behind there, then we'll zip tie it too. To be honest, I won't zip tie it at all, because it's going to be very nice and tight fit anyways, and it's not in the way there nowhere. And I'll leave a little bit of wire there and just zip, fold it up like that. What I'm going to do is I'm still going to actually zip tie it, but I'm going to zip tie to the main harness, so when no, actually I can't. Oh no, I can't, because the head unit is going to go in first, and then I've still got the space to pull this little wire. Oh no, I'm done. No, we'll just leave it slack, and then we'll just walk around that. We'll just leave it less, and let's make sure there's no long cables hanging around. That will be just sitting down there with the rest of the wires. Basically that's it for now. We're still waiting for this to go off, which has taken nearly 40 minutes so far. You've got fiber optic cables going in here as well, so there's quite a few different systems. There's quite a few different head units and systems for the minis too. Since I'm still waiting for the power to go off on that terminal, I know that I'm gonna be installing RCAs for the subwoofer, because I'm gonna be installing the subwoofer in here too later date. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and install the RCAs, so I don't have to take this whole panel back off again, and I'm just gonna stuff them in behind there. There's a space, and I'm just gonna take one end off, and I'm gonna leave the other end hanging. I'm gonna leave the other end plugged into the head unit straight away, just to think ahead, really, just to save all this mess of cables all over again, as it's a nightmare to take this dash apart. Like I say, think ahead. If you're going to be installing something in the near future, might as well go ahead and do that. Not in most of the cars, but in this particular situation, I would get installed, and just, but to be honest, yeah, I need to tape them up. So, get some tape, pop it off, cut it off, and we'll just tape them just so that don't interfere with anything. Don't think that they even would, but you never know. Yeah, just tape them up. And peace of mind that there's definitely nothing gonna go wrong with it at any time or point. Right, so let's fish that thing in there, push them all the way in. So I'm gonna have to be removing the glove box and everything next time when I'm looking for the power cable to go through into the engine bay, because that's where the battery is. So, well, just like that, that's gonna be the length, and I can basically, well, take the red one out. I don't need that anymore, so I'm just looking for the yellow. I'm looking for the yellow, because this is strange setup that it doesn't go, that it goes off after a certain amount of time, which is absolutely crap. And we'll just probably cable tie these together so they're all nice and together, and might as well add this up. My multimeter actually gone off before the head unit power went off. Unbelievable. I can't before it's gonna be an hour. Well, it's 46 minutes so far. Mini me. Yeah, that should be enough for everything to plug in. Oh no, actually there's a big, take this off. Yeah, we'll sort out the harness for the head units, might as well, since we've got tons of time. So yeah, you don't need the cage for the singled in this application because it's all getting screwed in. Just pop that in there. This is kind of too stiff for some reason, but never mind. And right, I've done a mistake here. We don't need that. Cable tight there. Let's sort this green brake parking cable. We've got a raise gear signal input. You don't need that. So what you do is, actually I'm going to cable tie this end straight away so it's not flapping about. It's not flapping about like that. Right. So then, what to do with the brake cable? Obviously, to be honest, with the amount of time what I've got now, just to waste and wait for the thing to go off, I could possibly wire in the brake cable, but I would have to take all this thing apart to get to the handbrake cables. So, to be honest, I don't want it to do that way. So what you do is you pick your ground wire, this one there, black, basically put it up to this connector, the red connector that this comes to. Roughly, get a little Stanley knife, roughly put it up there where the metal bit is, mark it. And make an opening all the way around like that, so you can see bare cable like that, bare cable. Then what you do is you insert the bare cable in that metal slot. You can push it with something in so it's definitely properly seated in, and you just clip it up. Clip it up, make sure that it doesn't come out of it, push it in. Get it. Yes! Eventually, after 50 minutes, the power has gone off. So there you go. 50 minutes it took. So 50 minutes after ignition has been switched off, that live cable will stay live. 50 minutes. But I'm gonna still check everything so it's all fine. So what you do is you just push it in properly, and that's it. It clipped into there. It's nice and secure. Nothing's gonna happen to it. And now we'll just go ahead and cable tie this all up, so it's nice and neat. Snip it there. Yes, this head unit actually is reverse sensor compatible, so that's what it will be for. You can put a camera in as well. You're just gonna have to use your phone for that. So yeah, cool. And just it's not gonna be, don't need to tape it up or nothing. So you just put that there, cable tie it up as well. Nothing, no loose wires. Cable tie that up as well. Snip, and that's your harness is done.